let's get right into the video. I'm gonna do it in kind of like a question format. I feel like I do better in a question format. I want to preface this by saying I'm not sure confidence was the end goal for me in my switch up recently. I've more so been over me, just like I'm breaking up with my old self. I dyed my hair red and I was like, this girl's confident. Every time I have red hair, I'm like, I'm about my business. Usually I just have red braids or something, but I dyed it permanently because it's a permanent change. I dyed my hair red, then I started prioritizing my relationship with God again, and then I started doing these micro changes. I started doing, like, trying to do 10,000 steps a day and walking in neighborhoods that I really loved and enjoyed and would love to move to maybe one day. It was trails of like horses and houses and pools and little golf courses. People did all types of cool stuff in their backyards. I've just been slowly shifting my reality one decision at a time. And I was listening to a podcast and I realized maybe a couple days ago that I'm like, oh, you're changing your reality. And I've never liked that term too much, or like, I always hated hearing like, you can change your reality, you can manifest this, you could do that, this, that. It's just like, oh, okay. But there's just like, I get it now. I get it. And it's like, it's a lot simpler, and God is all up in it for me, period. Thinking that confidence is the reward isn't it. That's not the truth. Confidence is a result of growing, and it's like a muscle. You're building this muscle. You acquire confidence along the way, like muscle building. You don't go to the gym one day and then tomorrow you have your dream body, and then all of a sudden it's the confidence. The confidence is 100% in the process. And number two, comparison is the illusion of lack in abundance. So I heard a creator say that recently, and I was like, oh, she cooked with that one. Because there's so many things that in life that we realize or don't realize that we're living. And you know how you hear you're living in a blessing, you're living in a prayer that you once prayed. And we tend to have this next mentality of like, I'm not there yet, which is like a whole separate video, because like, where is there? Like, it will always be something else. There will always be another milestone, another thing that you want to achieve and acquire. And one thing you will realize once you start to hit your goals is that your goals are forever changing. And if your confidence is depending on your goals, that is like such a flimsy thing to base it upon. And it will never be attainable because your goals will always be changing. So just those two things right there. Confidence is obtainable right now. I apologize if you hear beating going on. There's construction happening in my bedroom. But I want to get this video out to you guys anyway. I have questions on my phone because we're going to do this Q&A style. Like, we're going to answer some questions together, and we're going to dive deep and see how we're feeling, where we're at with everything. As I'm asking a question, I encourage you to ask yourself and see what your answer is, you know? So, we're going to do 3 questions today. Let's just keep it, try to keep it straight to the point. Number 1, what's one thing that helped you switch into main character mode? And main character, she has confidence. She is that girl. All day, every day, she wakes up that girl. She has the skincare routine, this, that. She went to sleep early. She drinks her water. She goes to the gym. She follows her goals. She makes herself proud. One thing that helped me switch into main character mode, and transparently, I want to say it's pretty recently that it really clicked with me. So I'm speaking from a very right now point of view. And one of the things that helped me switch into main character mode is choosing it. I chose to break up with the old version of myself, quite literally. I dyed my hair red because red makes me feel powerful, and like I got a little spice to me, a little risk to me. So I did that. Then I started doing little stuff every day without knowing, which also released the pressure. You know, when, I don't know how trains work, but like I have a teapot. So you're boiling water in a teapot, and then there's a little hole or something. It like releases pressure so it doesn't just explode. A lot of the times when we are setting goals, either they're too grand and there's not enough micro goals to get to the big one, and then we get overwhelmed, there's too much pressure, we're not seeing enough results for the amount of pressure that we're putting on ourselves, and then we completely flop. So one thing that helped me was taking everything step by step and making it like all about me. My life has been so romantic in my head, and like, so like I said, number one, I dyed my hair. Then I went to the mall and I got a bunch of different perfumes that just like smells like, you know, when you walk past someone like, dang, they smell rich, honey. They smell like they've got it together. So I changed some scents. Like, I have some really good perfumes, but I was running out, so I went and I got more. And the mall that I went to was pretty nice at South Coast, so I surrounded myself with just like, you know, luxury, somewhere I want to shop on a Tuesday. And then I started walking 10,000 steps a day, so anywhere from 5 is like my lowest that I can walk. 5 to 16,000 steps. That's kind of where I've been hitting. During the week I usually hit 10, but I've been doing that and going to the gym. And then I was feeling really good about that. So then I just started meal prepping, which I've always wanted to do, but it just kind of came naturally. I'm like, I'm feeling really good. I don't want to order DoorDash tonight. I don't want to make burgers or anything like that, which I don't typically. I'm not really a beef meaty person, but just as an example, I didn't want to put anything. I'm a sweets girl. I love cookies, I love ice cream, I love to snack. So I haven't done any of that stuff. I was just like stepping into this new person accidentally. And so I went to Costco, I bought a bunch of fruit, I meal prep fruit and food for the week, and it's made all the difference. Like walking alone, but then when you're making these micro changes, it's almost like a domino effect. Forgive me if I like go off on a tangent. I'm gonna keep trying to reel myself back in, but yeah, it becomes a domino effect of one thing into another. Okay, so you're walking along, you're like, okay, I don't want to eat nothing bad, like I feel good. So then you start eating good, and then you're like, well, maybe I should add some strength training into this. Let me do some research on like how to maximize on this momentum that I have. And so now I'm strength training again, and then I'm going to certain environments. Now I'm trying to like, let me just walk in this neighborhood with all my dream houses to get in my steps. And now I'm seeing certain people, they're interacting with me, they're kind, that opens opportunity for connections or just friendships, or just seeing in action how I want to live instead of daydreaming. I think a big point is putting action to your daydream. Stop daydreaming. It's wasting your time. Like, put some action into it. The second one that helped me step into main character mode was realizing that I saw myself the way that I think people see me. For example, I could be having a rough day and I'm walking outside and someone's like, I love your outfit. And then I'm like, oh, I look cute today, I guess. But before I was like down on myself or whatever, and then they said that, and now all of a sudden my mood is better. I think people are perceiving me this way. So now I'm walking around with my head high like, okay, I look cute today, I guess. And that helped me step into my main character mode of just people are perceiving me like this. So you kind of just show up that way too. That makes you want to step out the house looking your best, looking that way that you think people are perceiving you, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna look like this today. I'm gonna go inside of Sweet Green today and get this salad. I'm going to, I don't know, just be about my business. You know, if you sign up for new classes or college courses or something like that, you're like, I'm going back to school or whatever, and people are like, oh wow, really? And now you have this perception, you get this confidence from them. I'm like, people feel like I'm about my business, and it makes you like be more about your business. Question number 2. What makes you feel confident day to day? So 2 things that make me feel confident day to day is 1, dressing the part and having the routines that fit the part. So I put on something that fits how I want to feel for that day. Number 1. Number 2 is my routines. It's all in the routines, like how I'm taking care of myself every day, how I'm pouring into myself every day, especially as a mom. That's a big thing, which also goes into my second point, is keeping promises to myself. Whenever you keep a promise to yourself, it helps you build confidence in yourself. Like, I keep my word, I do what I'm gonna say, and I am achieving my goals. That builds confidence in you, if that makes sense. It just builds confidence in you for following through. I'm sure you know how it feels if you said you're gonna go to the gym 4 times this week. You went to the gym 4 times this week. Now you feel like I could do anything. The next thing I say I'm gonna do, I can do it. And one thing that really helps with following through is just making small things that you could do. Like, saying that you're gonna walk 10,000 steps a day is gonna build confidence, because you're guaranteed gonna feel better. I know we've all been hearing people say, I walk this much time and it changed my life, and it's literally changing my life. Like, I'm actually so shocked by that. There's enough videos on it, so I don't need to go into it, but it really is, and it's built confidence in myself, like, because it's a thing. Like, it's a commitment to walk that much. So to keep that promise to myself, it just feels like, wow, I really can do it. It changes your mind, you're out in the sun. So many positive benefits, but keeping your promises to yourself and your word to yourself builds confidence like no other thing ever. Okay, so the third and last question that I want to talk about is, how do I combat insecurity during my evolving glow up process? So honestly, I battle this the most when it's that time of the month for me, because my self-talk is crazy. My self-talk is horrible, and like the world is ending. I'm one of those girls who's just like, during my cycle, I'm not nice to myself at all, and I don't feel good. My mind plays tricks on me. So whether you're dealing with that or not specifically, it helps so much to pour into yourself when you're feeling insecure. Keeping your word and keeping your promises to yourself. When you're feeling insecure, you keep having that to refer back to. Like, you did the thing, you're doing the thing, you're walking the walk. You may not be where you want to be yet, you may not look exactly how you want to look yet, but you are in the process, and the results are showing. Like, slowly but surely, the results are showing. You know when you aren't doing anything, and then you're kind of going on a downward trend, and you look back like, if I had started this a year ago, if I started working on myself a year ago, where could I be now? Trust me, you much would rather start now and then like look back and be like, look how far I've come. Look how far I've come. That is definitely a way to combat insecurity, is being able to look at these markers like, this is what I did today towards where I'm trying to go. This is what I did this week towards where I'm trying to go, no matter how big or how small it is. Another thing you can do is pour into yourself. Meditating, praying, spending time with God, taking baths with the salt, taking time on your face routine, taking time, get the water flosser, do the mouth routine. Like, we are creatures of habit. If we are forming good habits, that's what we feed off of. Like, good habits will change your life for where you're trying to go and where you're meant to be. So you just need to pour into yourself. That helps so much with the insecurity of it all. And stay present, stay mindful. Think of where you were a week ago. Think of how you felt a week ago, and just know, like, I'm not even on that no more. I'm in a much better headspace. But yeah, so those are the only questions that I really wanted to touch on, but I just want to circle back to the whole comparison thing to just like wrap this up. Comparison is the thief of joy. It's something that we all hear and something we all know. Stay off of social media. I think that the best way to progress, honestly, if you take a hiatus from, delete the apps for like 6 months and see how far you get. That's one thing that you need to do, is try things. Trying things builds confidence in yourself and your decision making and the way you handle things, way you maneuver and process and all those things. Try things. Try that new class, try that new friend group, reach out to this person, say hello to this person, compliment this person. Like, do new things, and that will build confidence. Stay far, far, far away from comparison. Comparison will ruin your confidence journey. I'd argue that is the very first thing. Not keeping your word to yourself and comparing yourself will ruin your confidence. Stay far away from that. Everybody's on their own walk. Think about how intricate your mind is and how intricate your life is, and your day-to-day. You are only seeing people's highlight reel. You don't know what they're thinking. You don't know what they're fighting. Like me, for example, my morning was so difficult for me. I didn't want to film after a certain point. My confidence was low because of the way that my morning was going. I'm like, I took it as a sign, like, this is a sign. I shouldn't film. Like, I shouldn't even try. Like, what am I even trying for? This is a sign for me to stop. Nobody wants to hear what I have to say. I'm just being transparent, honestly. But that's how I felt. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And what comes of it is what comes of it. But at least I did it. And I promise you, by the time I hit end on this video, I'm going to feel good. Like, hey, it's in God's hands. Like, it is what it is. But stay away from comparison. Keep your promises to yourself. And most importantly, just remember that confidence isn't a reward. Like, if I lose the weight, then I'll be happy. Just keep in mind that the small things are going to build the confidence. I promise you. It's all in the details. Kind of like a good book. It is all in the details. And the hardships make the story juicier. Just stay strong. Just stay strong. Sorry if I'm like out of breath. I have asthma, so I have asthma. So yeah, I'm just genuinely so happy to like have you tuned in, to be about to keep it a buck. Like, I'm so happy and proud of myself for putting this up so you can even see me and so we can talk and spend time together and have this dialogue, because it's not easy. It's not easy to keep confidence. And there is a certain level of delusion. There's a certain level of delusion that comes with confidence. I'll end it on that. And I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Oh, if you've made it this far, like and subscribe and comment one thing that you're going to do this week to prove to yourself, like, I'm that girl and I can do this. We can do this. All right, babes, I will see you in the next video.